Welcome back, folks, to Badbeat 2 here at the Commerce Casino in Commerce, California. We are rolling through our professional ranks now on the Badbeat card. An exciting fight we just saw with Karakainen. Now we're moving on to the next fight, and believe me, we've looked at the card. It just keeps getting better, doesn't it?
We'll prove it right now. Let's take a look at our next two fighters.
Tail of the tape for our next two combatants. Soldier of the Sun, Dionisio Rameirez from True MMA, 5'7", 155 pounds, a freestyle striking athlete.
And he'll be taking on Dominique Robinson, known as the Fallen Angel, fights for the Goon Squad. He is a MAGA Muay Thai style. That's his own words. Hometown is East Oakland. He is 6-4 in his professional ring.
See these guys matching up quite well. 5'7" for Ramirez, 5'9" for Robinson. Both with very effective striking skills. That could be where this fight ends up. 3 5-minute rounds scheduled. Here's the first of those 5. Referee in charge of the action, Larry Landless. And here we go. The Fallen Angel, Dominique Robinson, in the black with gold trim trunks, black and white. In a very Muay Thai back foot balanced stance is Dionisio or Dion Ramirez, Soldier of the Sun.
We are in the clinch against the cage once again.
Robinson pushing pace a little bit here on Ramirez. Ramirez, one of those guys happy to go with that. He's 3-1. Robinson 6-4. Enjoys reading, does Robinson, and being a father.
Ramirez working against the cage, pushing Robinson on there.
Knees to the midsection there by Robinson. Another knee. Another again. Ramirez trying to cover up.
And pretty effective knee strikes. You don't get to get a lot of power when your hips are that close and your bodies are that close. You can't really generate the space needed for a lot of power. But you can do some damage. You can really whip that knee in there, and if you're good enough at your Muay Thai and your striking, you can do it. Landless loves his breakups. Back to the center of the cage.
And breaking up is hard to do.
Not if you're Larry Landless.
3 minutes left in the round just about now. Again, Robinson in the red tape gloves, the blue tape gloves. We have Dion Ramirez, Soldier of the Sun against the Fallen Angel. Sounds like we're talking about something from Comic-Con, but we in fact are not. These are two very, very talented fighters early on in their careers.
That was a knee to the groin, inadvertent, or excuse me, Ramirez immediately apologizes.
Yeah, again, we've talked about this in the past. You'll see it right here. He just simply missed, and I don't. Obviously, Ramirez accidentally immediately apologized. 5 minutes max given to the fighter who got kneed in that area. That would be Robinson, and many times fighters don't take the 5 minutes, and a lot of times you hear people skeptical saying, take it.
Yeah, might as well. I mean, you might as well be completely recovered. I don't think that was hard enough really to drastically affect Robinson. Only needed a few seconds.
Plus, I think the only negative to that is if you're winning the fight, if you have a momentum going and then you get kneed there, you might not want to give the other guy a chance to rest and lose that momentum. First round rolls on, 2 minutes and change left. Goes right back to where it was before, a lot of cage work going on. Reversal. Robinson turned by Ramirez, now with his back against the cage.
More knees from Robinson.
This could be a round determined by cage control.
Very easily, yeah, we're seeing a lot of it.
Not a lot of submission attempt at all, obviously no striking of any note.
Just the minor knees in the clinch here.
This is when the savvy eye of a judge will come in handy.
Yeah, as the sport continues to grow, it's in kind of its adolescent phase, I would say, especially with a lot of these states just now legalizing mixed martial arts and having commissions bring up the judges and referees. The judges are learning and evolving the same as the sport.
Yeah, the sport's not as new to California as far as being legal. However, the judges a lot of times come from a predominantly boxing background. And then some of those things they don't, when you're watching two guys with cage control on the cage like that, pummeling under, reversing position, It may not mean as much to them. They may not really know where to go on the scorecards and look for things that, you know, that aren't happening, like striking. And those knees might weigh heavily on something like that, too. You know, those knees in the midsection. There, another one there by Robinson.
Yeah, that's really all you can point to as far as effective action. Good elbow to the face by Robinson.
That was a Paul Daly-esque elbow by Robinson. Thrown like a punch on the inside.
When you have that very short distance between the two fighters, sometimes the elbow is the best answer. It's not as far away from your body. You can really whip it. Get a cut, get a head kick response by Ramirez.
Ramirez got that leg up high and fast. Again, Robinson with the black trunks with the gold trim. The black and white trunks is Dionisio Rameirez. Looking for a trip right there. Looking to drag Robinson down with Ramirez, but Ramirez not able to do so. 2 seconds left, 1 second, round over.
Close fight, a lot of clinch work here, obviously, a lot of work going off on the cage. All striking bouts so far. We've seen a lot of grappling today on Badbeat, too. An all striking round for a change.
And elbows that may have scored some really, really good points here.
Yeah, it's Muay Thai, the martial art of 8 limbs. You have your fists, your elbows, your knees, and your shins. 8 of the hardest parts of your body slinging at the meat of your opponent. It's a good way to cause damage.
Now, as if somebody just told these guys it's going to be over in a minute, the pace seems to have picked up.
You see more distance now between them, and of course, as I say that, they go back into the clinch.
Just seemed like both guys were amped up a little bit more when they came out for the round. Let's see if that translates into a different and more exciting round. So far, it seems like it's going to. Both guys trading knees now on the inside. Positional change by Ramirez. Now Robinson with his back against the cage.
Cage control is one of the factors that judges use to determine a winner of a mixed martial arts bout. And a lot of times, when you're against the cage control means you're the guy pushing him against the cage. You're controlling where he goes, hence the cage control advantage.
Again, I think what we're looking at here, it looks like two guys that are having somewhat of an even battle, a little bit neutralized by each other's skills and defense. We're looking at what is a testament to Bamma USA and the matchmaking that Brett Roberts has brought us once again, when two guys are having a hard time canceling the other one out.
Yeah, when you both have similar skills, you think, okay, 2 Muay Thai guys, we're going to see a great striking battle in the middle of the cage. They're just going to sling leather at each other. Well, maybe because these guys are so good, they've kind of canceled each other out in that realm of thing, and they both came up with the game plans of, all right, I'm not going to stand out there in the center. I'm going to make it a close, clinching type of battle, and that's what we've seen here so far tonight.
Again, Dominique, the fallen angel Robinson, with the gloves with red tape. You see right there, yellow on his trunks, black and white trunks, blue tape gloves. Soldier of the Sun, Dion Ramirez. Both guys a little bit tired, I think, at this point, as we tick down to the 2-minute and 30-second mark.
Single leg here by Ramirez. Robinson gets out of it.
It's interesting, the opening bell showed Ramirez in more of a Muay Thai stance with his front foot bouncing on the toe, weight shifted to the back, and that is not so much the case as the fight continued.
Yeah, obviously. I mean, you see how these guys adjust as they go along, carrying each other's weight up against the cage like they have. You can see how that can affect the body. Plus, all those knees to the body, specifically thrown by Robinson, I mean, that adds up. That tuckers you out quick.
Yeah, Robinson really wearing down the body of Ramirez with those knees. Larry Landless steps in. I think there may have been an accidental shot down below.
Yet again. Even if it's accidental, if you do it enough times, you're gonna get a point taken away. It isn't illegal, and it is accidental, but again, if you do it enough times, you're gonna start losing points.
And this is a close fight, too. Sometimes in boxing, you see guys throwing hooks to the body, and they keep getting low blows, and eventually their corner's like, you know what, just go head hunting for a little while. Let it go, because of the point deduction is very critical. This fight is close enough that a point deduction could hurt Ramirez badly.
Yeah, with only 3 rounds in mixed martial arts, non-title fights, 1 point is a drastic turn for 1 round. There's only 3. You only have 2 rounds to catch up.
Now some hands flying between these two. As the last minute of the round ticks away, would not mind seeing this thing go down to 0 with a flurry on both sides.
Robinson stalking Ramirez now. Leg kick check by Ramirez.
Yeah, Robinson slowly walking him down like Jason Voorhees here. That is a horror movie reference for those too young to know what I just said.
I don't know which one I'd rather see come at me, Voorhees or Dominique Robinson.
I think Voorhees.
Well, Voorhees dies enough times where you think you can finally see him disappear. Robinson never seems to go away.
that is absolutely true. And the round comes, ooh, an elbow was lined up at the end of the round, but he pulled it. Time had run out. There's some of those knees that were really telling on both sides. Stay with us. More of the action coming up right here from Commerce Casino when we return. Welcome back, folks, to the Commerce Casino here in Commerce, California.
Round number 3. Larry Landless getting us started.
This one's scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, so this is Chapter 3 of the Fallen Angel versus the Soldier of the Sun. And God, that sounds compelling. Robinson in the black or dark color with yellow. Black and white trunks is Dion Ramirez. Ramirez trying a Superman punch right there. Robinson coming in almost a little careless with his hands down, trying to throw his knee up in the air. Don't want to walk into a shot doing that.
Yeah, Robinson continuing to do his Voorhees-esque stalking that you were referring to. Ramirez doing a good job of movement, though. He's not really getting trapped up against the cage. He's moving around and counter-striking. Good jab followed by a good right hand by Ramirez.
Both guys probably a little bit tired, but not showing too much wear.
Yeah, those knees to the body, imagine it being like a video game, and that's the power meter. Every time you hit him to the body, the power meter goes a little lower every time. You don't see drastic changes, but over time, those dozens of knees or so that have landed to the ribs, sternum, and stomach really start wearing you out.
Yeah, they do. These guys have actually, they've been hitting the, what are the combinations on the buttons? A, B, A, B, A, B, B, A, B, C. I haven't played in a while. But I know what you're saying, and it's absolutely a chipping away of the other guy's energy and will to win. But Ramirez and Robinson, only one guy can win the fight, but both guys are going to win some fans here.
Yeah, an all stand-up affair after several fights of a lot of grappling. You got a whole big mixture today at Badbeat 2. You want some striking, we got you covered. You want to see some grappling, we got you covered. You want it, we got it.
RJ's Wholesale Combat Warehouse.
Everything must go.
Everything must go, including us.
Not till we're done, though. Second to last fight of the night. We still got a great main event coming up, but first we have 2 minutes, 45 seconds left. Dominique Robinson versus Dionisio Ramirez. Back and forth fight, a lot of tie clinch, a lot of knees thrown by two very good Muay Thai fighters.
Absolutely. And this will put pressure on our main event fighters, by the way, Chad George and Bobby Sanchez, because you got to follow this. And these guys have fought consistently every round. Robinson and Ramirez have seemed to be finding moments of aha and then where they're looking for what's going to take the fight more in their direction, and then not able to find and sustain any one plan to do that.
Yeah, as soon as the other fighter gets wind of the game plan, they started adjusting accordingly and making sure that the other fighter doesn't take that as an advantage. Larry Landless on another break. Brings him to the center of the cage. Little blood coming from the nose of Dominique Robinson.
Just about a minute and a half left in the round, and Robinson's nose is in fact bleeding. He's eaten enough shots in this round. I think Ramirez has landed some good strikes in this fight so far, especially in this round. Both guys looking to land a bad beating on bad beat here, but having trouble seizing control. Final minute approaches. Robinson pressing Ramirez against the cage. Somebody could very well step up and win the fight and the round here. Elbows again. Oh, and eating a right hand and another right hand for throwing that elbow, and now a head kick.
We're seeing a lot of great striking coming from the breakup. Like as soon as they break from the clinch, that is your best opportunity. Wincing now from Ramirez. I don't know if he got hurt by something, poked in the eye, what?
I wouldn't mind seeing the rematch if these guys wanted to do it. I'd like to see them strike more. It seems like that is a very, very exciting aspect of both of their game.
And their striking is just in the clinch. It's just tied up together, elbows, mostly knees.
Final 20 seconds, tick it away here at Robinson versus Ramirez. Commerce Casino Bad Beat 2. These are our professionals. Main event coming up next. And Ramirez and Robinson making a go of it. Side kick by Robinson.
And that is it. 15 minutes of striking. Zero grappling in this fight. All clinch work, all striking. Lots and lots and lots of knees thrown in this fight.
What an exciting 3 rounds of action. We're going to go to a break now. When we come back, we'll give you our thoughts on the entire fight. We'll look at some highlights, and then, just maybe if you're nice, the verdict coming your way right here at Bad Beat 2 from the Commerce Casino. Next, don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, here to the Commerce Casino for Bad Beat 2. We are at the conclusion of Dominique Robinson against Dion Ramirez. We are going now to take a look at some of the action that brought us to this point. Crowd-pleasing action for sure.
Yeah, if you're a fan of stand-up fighting, this is your kind of fight. Both these guys, very good Muay Thai fighters, a lot of clinch work and a lot of knees and elbows. Dominique Robinson was just stalking Ramirez throughout the course of this fight, pushing him against the cage, controlling where the fight went. Probably a difference maker in how this judge is going to be scored. Well, it's going to be very hard to say. I mean, the way this fight was fought, I wouldn't be surprised if one judge has it 30-27 Ramirez, one judge, has it 30-27 Robinson, and one judge has it a 30-30 tie. I mean, I can make an argument for any single one of those scores.
Well, let's find out why argue when we can let someone else tell us what to do.
I like where your head's at.
Joe Martinez, share with us the verdict, please.
The score is 30-27. Your winner by split decision, the Fallen Angel, Robinson.
Two of the judges saw it one way, one of them saw it the other way, and it was close enough to have that kind of disparity in opinion. So these guys both made a good case. Sometimes it's perspective, right? You know, we here at the commentating table get to see the fight on monitor. We get to see it in front of us. Judges get one point of view. That's what they see. That's what they score it on. But for the fans, a win-win, a very